Hey everybody, Michael here from Get Fit Over 40, and I have an interesting review, preview, unboxing. This is not going to be really a flying review, more of a tabletop review, unboxing video. I will possibly include maybe a clip that I've just played around with. I just took it out and tested it out real quick. But later on I do plan to do more thorough testing outside, trying it out using the different modes. And after I played around with it for a while, I'll be able to actually get back to you and tell you what I really think of it. So far so good though. I mean, I'm really impressed with my initial just going outside and trying it out. But in a nutshell, what is this guy? This is a very compact selfie drone that's capable of shooting 4K video. Typically you're going to use 1080p video because what happens with the 4K is there's no real stabilization. The camera is mounted in such a way that it does reduce vibration because it's loosely mounted inside. It's not like firmly mounted, so it does reduce vibration. But when you're moving side to side and the whole thing's tilting and you're shooting in 4K, you're going to get a lot of tilt and a lot of movement on screen. So what happens when you shoot in 1080p is it crops in and uses digital stabilization, which actually looks pretty darn good. You'd almost think it's using some sort of a gimbal. Not as good as a true gimbal, but pretty good considering this is a fairly economical product that I paid only $249. I got it at my local Best Buy here in Canada, $249 Canadian. Great deal. I know on Amazon they're selling for like maybe $300 US. They've dropped definitely because there's a lot of competition in this price range, in this market range. Again, getting back to the Breeze 4K, it's by a company called Yuneec, Y-U-N-E-E-C. This one does come with the Bluetooth controller, so the Bluetooth controller links to your phone. Everything's done through the phone. You don't need the controller. You can just use the phone and control it with the phone. You do get decent ranges. If you want to know all the specs and all that kind of stuff, check out my link in the description. I'll put a link in the description to the website where I'm going to have some additional potential photos and more information about the specifications. This isn't really about that right now. This is about an unboxing video and my initial thoughts, okay? With this guy, it only comes with one battery. This model, there are other models that come with 2 batteries, but some of them don't come with controllers. The controller just lets you control it a little easier than using the on-screen controls. On-screen controls can be a little finicky. With a joystick, you're going to have just crisper commands, crisper control over what's going on. You've got buttons, hot buttons for different things. You can adjust the gimbal because it is a one-axis gimbal up and down. You can adjust that on the fly using this little guy over here. So pretty cool. Now this one does only come with one battery, as I said. You're going to get, with the 1100 milliamp battery, you're going to get about 10 minutes realistically of flying time of video. I do have 2 other 1700 milliamp batteries on order, so those should get around 15 minutes each. They cost me a little over $100, but I figure it's worth it because I do want to utilize this and get some good video for some of my, some of the stuff that I'm doing outside where I want some of their camera angles, some neat stuff going on. That's the whole idea, is cool camera angles. Selfie mode. I'm not planning on taking this a mile away and watching stuff from a mile away. I plan on keeping it pretty close and all that. Okay, so let's take a look inside the box here quickly. Drop, there it is. Okay, there's a lot of air pressure there. Okay, so like a vacuum. So you got some information like know before you fly, stuff not to do, like they don't want you hurting the industry by doing silly things with your drone, right? Which has already happened a lot, as we know. Put a lot of limitations on what you can do with drones now. I believe this one does require some certification or whatever, or registering, depends on where you live and what your laws are, so check into that kind of stuff. So you got your manual here, right? We'll kind of get into a little bit what it does. We'll look on the box. We didn't even look on the outside of the box. What kind of a reviewer am I? Okay, so let's take a look on the outside of the box. Automated flight modes. It's 4K, 13 megapixel stills. Follow me mode. Indoor positioning system, so it uses IPS instead of the GPS. It is a GPS system, so it does lock into satellites when you're outside, but you can also use it inside. You've got the 720 HD live view on your phone, which is always cool, see where you are. Social media sharing and control included. Now, features. Okay, pretty much the same thing written down there. Yeah, it's all pretty much the same, so that's not really super exciting. And then we have, what's inside of it. You got your drone, you got your battery charger, your charging cable. So you can power your charger. You've got some little guys here that protect the blades if you want to put those on or not, your controller. And then this little guy that goes on the controller that connects your phone to the controller so you don't have to hold two things. So pretty neat. Yeah, so the automated flight modes, again, go to the description, check on the link there. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Follow me mode. There's like, what is it? There's a mode that goes around you, sort of, it's like a 360 mode. There's a mode where the drone will fly away from you and then come back. I mean, there's all kinds of really cool stuff. There's obviously a mode where you can just control it, right? So let's take a look here. Now you do have your manuals and things, right? And I did take a quick look. The quick start guide is pretty good. It does go over everything you kind of need to know. You know, warning, any warning lights, things like that that you might need to know about, calibration. You know, first time getting things set up, all that stuff. What is this? I don't even know. I didn't look in here yet. Okay. Oh, more blades. Okay, so you got some extra parts in case you smash into a tree or a person. Now this is where the charger would go, but I didn't put it back in. Here's your charger, right? Battery just goes in there. This just goes into the wall. No rocket science there. This is your, and again, I didn't put it back in. This is your controller box. So like magic, I took it out of the box. Here's your controller. It's really well built. I mean, I believe it's like a gaming controller, really. At the end of the day, it's a gaming controller. You could, you know, for any smartphone, theoretically, right? But they've just mapped everything out accordingly to the controls on this drone. And then you have this guy. And it fits large phones, by the way. You're not going to fit an iPad in here, but you're going to fit a large smartphone, no problem. Okay, so let's get to the real deal here. Now you do get this pretty nice carrying case. It's a hard shell case. Okay. Initially when I opened it, it was a little tough, but it's getting easier. You can see here, Breeze 4K. Nice that you got this case. Push that in and open it, and here is your Breeze. Here is your little blade protectors if you want to go that route. Here's your Breeze. Now if you have the 2-battery version, you're going to have a battery over here and a battery over here. The batteries just come out, right? That's what they look like. Okay, you have your camera right there. And like I said, this is all adjustable while it's flying. You don't have to pre-adjust it. You can adjust it in the air, have it point straight down, forward, wherever, whatever angle you choose that's working for your situation is your power button. I'm not going to turn it on. You have these a video camera that points down, and that's a guidance type thing. It's just taking a picture of the ground so it can find, you know, how to get back to home or whatever it's trying to do, distances, and I believe those are other sensors for distance. Okay. Looks like there's a speaker built into it for noises. It does make noises if it's got to complain to you about something. And that's pretty much it for the drone. You know, really cool. I'm liking it so far. Getting back to the quality of the video, that's what impressed me when I saw this guy for $249 at Best Buy. I immediately went to YouTube and watched a bunch of sample videos, and I was immediately impressed with the quality. You know, I like that it could do 4K, but the 1080p is pretty much what I shoot most of my videos in anyways. As long as it looked good and it was comparable to my other video quality, it wouldn't look out of place, then that's all I'm looking for, something that's comparable to what I'm already shooting. And in most cases, this will do it. It's going to do 1080p 30 frames a second. It will do 4K at 30 frames a second, but again, you're going to have a lot more movement going on. Now, that said, some other people had a really great idea that I thought I'm going to try it at some point, and that is record in 4K and then use post. So after you've recorded, you bring that footage into your computer and you use software to take out the motion. And a lot of times this computer software could do a much better job than the built-in software, and the reason for that is because you're using a computer processor with really high-end software, and so you're going to get better results. You can customize it, you can kind of alter things to get better quality motion stability based on what's going on. And I did find some software online that I'm going to try that looks amazing. Now, it will crop in a little bit on the 4K to do that, but probably not nearly as much as 1080p. You're probably going to get more like 2K or 3K video quality, but with really limited motion going on. So I might try that and see if I can actually get better quality video and potentially a wider angle screen, because when you crop in, you lose some of your wide angle when you're shooting in 1080p. When you're shooting in 4K, you're going to have a much wider angle view. But again, your post motion software will also crop it in and reduce some of the wide angle, but hopefully not as much. So I hope you understand kind of what I'm saying. Maybe down the road I will actually do examples of 1080p using the built-in motion image stabilization versus 4K with post image stabilization and see what kind of results we get. Alright, that's it for now. Stay posted for some more sample stuff, me playing around with this outside. Again, the whole idea is I want to utilize this in some of my future videos, so hopefully you're going to see it down the road when I'm doing videos where I'm out and about. Not so much inside, but if I'm out doing something outside, then I'll try to utilize this guy for you. Alright, thanks for watching another GetFitOver40.com video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those places. Come on down to the website, GetFitOver40.com. Check us out there too. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.